Hello, everybody. It's me,
Welcome.
nerdsden, and I'm joined by my friend Ramenboy. And you know what? It's another ranking video. This time we're ranking the top 5 big boys. I mean, frontliners.
Yeah, we're ranking frontliners. That's what we're doing today.
Anyway, coming in at number 5 is...
Torvald.
I can't get a drum roll. Okay. I was trying to get a drum roll there for you, but alright.
Alright.
Torvald! He's not a point tank. We're gonna be real.
Torvald is he's not a point tank.
And if you don't know what a point tank is, well, in Paladins
he's an off tank, not a point tank. Point tank stands on the point, off tank goes out and does basically what damage they're supposed to do.
Yeah, and they just be really annoying because they just have so much health. Yeah, anyway, he's a great off tank, but he actually fills in for like more of a supportive role.
Yeah, because he can give his allies
shields, very big shields.
Yeah, so he's kind of a support.
But he's also got his own shield. He can also silence.
Oh yeah, when he's out of combat, his shield recharges too.
He can also has an ability that will just auto recharge 2,000 health of his shield, which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's basically just a 2,000 health.
He can stay alive for a long time.
Yeah, unless he's under constant fire or the enemy team has Wrecker. Wrecker just sort of...
Wrecker, right? That Wrecker is why he's down at number 5.
But would you really buy Wrecker just to see an old man cry?
I mean, if it means you win, I mean, Makoa is technically an old man.
He literally has a talent called "Thanks, Grandpa." Are you really going to...
Wait, actually?
Yeah, he's actually got a talent called "Thanks, Grandpa." Do you really just want to see an old man cry? And if so, what the flip's wrong with you? For real, though. Anyway,
number 4 is Makoa.
Makoa, the ancient Leviathan.
You know, I feel like Makoa is the kind of person to go, I want a Big Mac. Sir, this is a Wendy's.
I agree with you. Anyway, Makoa has... He has a lot of health. He can modify it up to having 5,000 health on him, which is a lot. That's probably going to be the highest health of the frontliners, except for Rob when he charges his soul armor.
Yeah. He can absorb a lot of damage.
Which means he's also not afraid of close quarters combat.
His ult makes him a close quarters fighter.
He even has an ability that will deal 100 damage, grab an enemy, and just drag him into his face.
Yeah.
And if that's not the definition of, well, ballsy, I don't know what is. He's just overall great tank. Does as good in most scenarios. His half shell talent allows him to drop his 4,000 health spell shield. Thank God, because
so he doesn't have to like walk around with it and be always.
So he doesn't just become like a turtle with a giant shell.
I mean, that's what he is, but don't tell him that.
Don't tell him that, or he'll whap your face in with that massive anchor he's carrying. Anyway, coming in at number 3 is the big, the one, the only Rome.
Yeah, Rom, the best off tank in the game.
I don't know. I would put some money on Ruckus, actually, over Rob as the off tank. I think Rob is just that perfect balance between, I can go off tank if you need me to, but I can also
point tank if you need me to.
I can just stand here with my 8,500 health. So Rob is a unique champion. He has a passive ability that allows him, when he hits people with his minigun, every 6th shot they'll drop a soul armor, which will give him a bonus to his max health up to 40. This can stack up to 8,500 total, which is just
So basically,
insane.
Rom doesn't die.
Yeah. Plus, one of his abilities will heal him for 2,000 health, as if he needed more self-sustain.
Again, like, and imagine just giving him life from 3.
Oh, jeez. Oh, it's a nightmare. He's got a marathon ability, which allows him to just dash around the field, slamming into people, which he can even heal for. Because he needs more self-sustain.
More self-sustain for the self-sustain boy.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. It goes on for quite a while, that running. And he becomes... Yeah. I don't think there's...
And if you go with that talent where you take like that much less damage...
Oh, yeah, you can make...
Marathon, you don't die while you're doing that.
Yeah, that's right. You can modify it to take 50% less damage when you're running ROM, when you're using that marathon. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Never seen champion with this much self-sustain. And then we come finally to his ult, which is where he stomps on the ground.
Cripples everyone.
No, it's a stun. It's not a cripple.
It's stun. Okay.
Yeah, it's a stun. It's a big, fat stun.
Yeah, so all in all, he's a pretty good champion. He actually made a bid for number 1. So that's like to tell you how deep the frontliners are. In terms
Coming in.
How good they are.
Coming in, not exactly hot, but
stone and number 2 is, Terminus.
Coming in stone cold like a meteorite is Terminus.
Again, terms like Ramen does not die and doesn't give a damn about it.
Yeah, he just absorbs all the damage. Like, he literally has an ability that it will go in front of him, and it's like a giant giant circle in front of him. And if the enemy team shoots that, they are not only not doing any damage, but they're also giving him siphon charges.
Yeah, so it's like reversal, but worse.
But better. Because he can launch the siphon charges back as well. It's a much bigger radius, too, because he's a much bigger guy. I mean, he could just launch it all...
It's a set amount of damage.
True, it is a set amount of damage. It can't be as crazy as, like, a 5,000 damage reversal from Andrew. But it's still ridiculous. Although one downside he does pose is that he's a melee-only champion. Well, except for Siphon Blast. But his primary fire is a melee only. His primary fire is melee only. It's a little disappointing. I mean, if he did it, he would just be ridiculous. He would be overpowered. There would be nothing you could do to stop him. So I can see why they did it. Anyway, coming in at number 1 is the Stone Warden.
Nara. Nara is, you know how we've been saying Ram and Term don't die? Yeah, Nara doesn't die more.
Nara is undying. She can make it so that she can have a 50% damage, 40% damage reduction by just using one of her abilities. That lasts for 5 seconds. Which is long enough for your team to come back and help you out on the point if they're all dead. Or if they all just died, it's a great way to just stay alive. She's got other amazing talents, too.
She's probably the best self-sustained champion in the game.
Yeah, actually, I'd agree with that. Not only does she can get a 40% damage, she can also get 40% healing up. So if you got a single healer behind you and no one else... You're not dying for a while.
Just throw, just throw Rejuvenate, Veteran, Kill, Heal, and Life Rip on her.
What? I'm sorry, do you want me to die? But I want to get...
I say, Nara says no.
Nara's also got a base health of 4,700. Put it here, tankier than Makoa, actually. If you can believe that. She's also got an ability that will prevent enemies from running away from her by applying Cripple. Oh yeah, Cripple. So basically what Cripple does is it just prevents enemies from running away. which is just ridiculous. Because if they're facing this undying giant stone creature who's determined to kill them, you'd think they'd try to run away, but no, she just stops them. And if they do
she
avoid...
says that you have lost head privileges.
Also, if you do manage to get away from her, she can stop you stone cold in her tracks with a giant wall.
Pun very much intended.
Huh?
Pun very much intended.
God. God. She's got a giant wall. 5,000 impassable wall. Like, she literally takes the ground and molds it into her own to do her bidding.
Yeah, so...
Quite ridiculous, all in all.
She's good.
The understatement of the century. But she's good, I guess. I mean, I guess she's good. That's just how you sound.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, it's alright. She could be better.
I mean, just give her a bigger shield.
Give her a bigger shield? Well, actually, she has a talent that will give her 2 uses of that giant stone wall. I mean, wow, 2 uses? It's already huge, and in maps like Bazaar, you can use that to block off entryways and just completely slow down the enemy team from pushing, or you can use it to block off exits. It's a very interesting idea if you think about it. Stopping your enemies from running away from you. Very scary. Yeah. Very, very scary.
Put them there, and then you kill them slowly.
Or fast. I mean, you really don't have an option. You do like 225 times 3, so
a lot of damage.
Yeah, nope, don't even want to do math right now. Just a lot of damage. So she's not only tanky, but she does damage. I mean, what more could you want from it? Healing.
I want her to heal more.
Oh, but
I want her to be a support. She's a tank support.
It's a thick support. Yeah, well, anyway, on to some honorable mentions. Ruckus. I mean, wow.
Yeah, Ruckus is a pretty good off tank.
We've been pretty heavy talking about just how good point tanks are, and I mean, they're great because
they sell a point and don't die.
Yeah.
But off tanks are great as well because they can be a flank. They can be where they want to be, mom.
But sadly, off tanks are not as needed as point tanks are, because without a point tank,
they are still pretty good.
Without a point tank, your team can't advance on the point.
I mean, you can off tanks. Also, another rule off tanks fail is when the designated point tank dies. They go on the tank until the point tank is back.
Which, sadly for Ruckus, is an option, but not a great one.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Sitting with 4,000 health, that's just evaporated by lots of 4,000
and
health.
A not good shield.
Yeah, 2,000 damage shield. It's not the best. Could easily be one of the. He could easily be one of the better point tanks with maybe higher health and a better shield, but
he's not. But he can do a ton of damage with his ult and stuff.
Oh yeah, his ult called Hexafire. You'll basically fire every weapon in your arsenal, which is 2 missiles and your hand grenades, in a non-stop stream for
a lot of damage.
I think it's 5 seconds. No, it's 3 seconds. It's easy. Yeah, it's 3. So your missiles will do 260 damage each, and you're firing 2 of them, so that's 520. And they launch every 0.5 seconds, so that's, wow. That can basically take out any and every champion in the game.
Save for like people we talked about on the champions we talked about on this list, because they are nigh unkillable.
Yeah. He also has great movement. I mean, Have you seen his jet dash? It just poof, 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 poof. He can run all over the map. He can run circles. Maybe not circles like Rob, but he can run them. Anyway, he also has many talents that can... They don't really modify how you can play him, but they just increase his base kit. Like, he has aerial advantage, which gives him a third uses of jet dash, and if you're sort of standing still while it's activated, you will jet upwards, giving him air control.
And another honorable mention to Ash, because big meaty shield.
Ooh, yeah. That's a 6,500 shield with a 50% size increase. It's great. Gooder because of that fat shield.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that was our top 5 frontliners.
Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments. And thanks for showing up, and I hope you had a great time.